This is Alex from Adult Services, and welcome to Hobby a Month Paper Product Collecting. In this video, I'm going to go over the hobby of paper product collecting. So the first one I want to talk about is paper product comes in a lot of different shapes and forms. Holiday decorations. So Halloween is one type of paper product that you can collect. So I'm just highlighting a couple of the ones that I have in my collection. They range between about the 1950s to about 1990s vintage. We have everything from owls to pumpkins to haunted houses to vintage cat and pumpkin to a vintage Disney Halloween. So I sometimes pick these up at like different antique malls and flea markets, or some of them are actually from my personal collection from the family, so we collected them over the years. So that's one type of holiday decoration of paper product. The next one is stereo cards. So this example that I have is from Yellowstone National Park, and how it works is you have a stereo viewer, much like the one shown here, and then you actually place the stereo card. It's the two of the same images, and it'll actually, you hold it up to the light and it'll actually be shown in 3D. So this is one example of Upper Yellowstone River from East Yellowstone. And they actually have a copyright, it looks like 1900. So if you can find like the date on the front of the stereograph, it'll give you an idea of how old that particular stereograph is. Another example, a bigger part of my collection is postcards. So I have both recent and historic. Example for one is we have a place to travel. So hello from San Diego. Shows some landmarks from San Diego. Also, there's holiday postcards. I came across a Halloween postcard that I own. It's a balloon, and it says the highest expectations for Halloween. So this is more of a vintage postcard. We have train railway depot postcards that I've collected over the years. I specifically like this one because of Champaign, Illinois, and also Rantoul, which was a town north of Champaign. I actually went to school in Champaign, and the train station was not too far. And this is a vintage version of the train station. And you can also see that down here, there's a number. So if I would look up that number on the internet, I could actually probably help identify when this postcard was made. So you can see these numbers at the bottom of the postcard, gives you an idea, but it's a vintage postcard. Also, postcards are, I have a couple that are different parks. So from Yellowstone Park, and then Everglades National Park. This was actually a postcard booklet. And then finally, I had one other photo postcard. It was from Yellowstone National Park. But what I'd like to point out is sometimes to get an idea when this postcard may have been in service was you look at the back of the postcard when you buy it, and it says a stamp on the back. So Yellowstone Park, 1953. So this particular postcard that I had picked up at a flea market actually was from the 50s, just from the timestamp. But you could also verify a little bit more by looking at the name of the company that had it there. And then if there's a number on there, like on the front, sometimes you'll have numbers, sometimes you won't. You can get an idea based on the postage. So this one was very interesting because of the stamp that was on the back. So how do you organize your postcards or any other paper product collectibles? You're going to probably collect quite a bit. So one example you could do is you can create themed categories of file folders on your computer or on your phone. And if you take pictures of your postcards or your paper products, you can then organize those into those folders. You can use a scanner, or you can just take a picture with your phone or a camera. So for example, you can organize them by state, by holiday, by non-state specific. You can even break it down like codes of like a specific state name and then where it was located. So this is just an example of something that I was working on with my family. Our family actually worked together on this one when we were building the project, but we organized the postcards into different category folders. And let's talk about a couple paper resources. So if you want to learn more about different paper products, I would recommend going to a paper show. You get to meet others that have collected postcards and decorations and maps and guides. Antique malls and flea markets, you get to meet a lot of people that have collected stuff there, but also you get to see what's out there and some of the prices that are out there across the board. I like the Worman's Antiques and Collectible Guide, 2019, 2020, 2021, but we'll use the 2019 one as an example. This particular one actually had a chapter on Halloween collectibles, so if you look in the antique guides, this specific one had on page 442 a guide talking about Halloween collectibles, which included some paper products. eBay is an online auction that you can look at to get an idea what people are selling out there. Lots and lots of different things. If you're still not sure on a particular value, if you weren't going to sell, I'm not going to be selling any of my products, but if you were going to start getting more serious about what's the value, you might want to also go to an appraiser and actually talk to an appraisal person to see what certain things are worth. What would work for you, and just see what kind of research you can find. You can also talk to your own family. They might own certain paper products. Resources on just postcards. There's the history of per type postcards, which is on the newbery.org website. So let me just click on that really quick. And that'll send you to the website. So this is one resource that you can learn about, like the per type postcard archives, for example. Also, the Smithsonian of Postcard History, General History of Postcards, they have a website, the siarchives.edu. This has a lot of neat history on postcards. You'll be able to check that out. And that's the website right there. And that's what it looks like. They have a postcard history. Resources about stereo cards. That's the 3D cards. The Library of Congress website has a really neat resource you can take a look at. So the local.gov pictures collection stereo. And they have some information about stereographs, and you can also search through their collection. And that's just a basic overview of paper product collecting. Thank you for coming to today's program. Stay tuned for further programs online on social media or in person when you check out our newsletter and our website for updates. And you have a great day.